I think I got my points that I needed to hit.
Is one of them that I'm the GOAT?
No. What do you think?
Oh, that sold quick. My goodness.
Parker asked me if I wanted David Johnson today.
Hey, same.
Oh, same. I forgot to text him back.
He's not actually trading him. Don't even.
Why didn't he ask me?
I asked him I'm like
Doesn't like you.
I don't want him, but what's the price? He goes, I'm not actually trading him.
I don't know.
His initial offer to me was too high, and I was going to counter, and then I was like, do I actually want David Johnson?
Because the Cardinals are bad.
Yeah. And, dude, low-key, I don't remember where I was reading this, but somebody was asking or proposing, like, should you try to buy David Johnson low right now? And David Johnson is, like, already 26. And that team is going to be bad for like at least 2 years.
He's an old rookie.
So it kind of makes it feel like it's a riskier situation to get into.
I have to hide my winning lottery ticket so Dave doesn't see it.
You got to love when 26 is prefaced by already.
Yeah, I'm 25
Yeah.
and I'd be a washed NFL running back. Only by my age, not by my physical abilities.
Saw someone refer to like a fat coworker today on the internet as a run stopper.
Jesus.
What?
I need to be the run stopper at Quick Trip.
God damn it. Are we ready? You guys ready to go?
I've been ready since '93, baby.
Same.
Tim, your legs are fresh though. You have very few career carries.
Wait, shoot.
Hey.
Oh boy.
Yeah, wait like 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Wait, you guys weren't supposed to hear any of that.
All right. Fuck you. I'm starting.
All right.
Stop. Get it out of your throat. Tim?
All right, I'm good.
Welcome, everybody, to the Week 3 2018 Web.com podcast.
Yeah.
Joining me is the enthusiastic Brock, who starts the show with a yawn.
Yeah. This 3 weeks has put me to sleep.
Caleb is here.
I am
And
here.
as you can hear, we are being joined by the giggling man that is known as Papoose,
The giggling man.
Papoose man.
the owner of the Insulin Pens. Tim is on the show this
Welcome.
week.
Welcome. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh.
So
Would you like to say hello to the web faithful?
What would you say you're doing here?
Being a nuisance and a menace to society and web as a whole.
That's about right.
All right.
So, all right. We got Tim on the show, and we're gonna get to his game at some point. But we're gonna start with game of the week, which for the third consecutive week was not voted on in the poll. And it is my promise that this week we're gonna have a game of the week poll. I'm gonna put it up as soon as we're done with this.
Okay.
Are we? Are we?
All right.
Are we really?
If you say so.
Right.
Come on,
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it. Or maybe I'll do the hams poll like Kelvin suggested instead.
Ooh.
I like that
So
better.
I can
Actually.
win 10-0.
Shut up. So, okay. Game of the week. I chose to be the Brock Bowl. because I felt like Brock Bulls normally win Game of the Week when it is their time to shine. And so Frazier, we're just gonna jump right into this, and I'm gonna turn it over to you immediately. Tell me what's going on right now.
Oh man, it's just I can't make. I don't know where to start.
It's a shit show. I'll do it for you.
It's a shit show. It's this weird combination of complete underperformance, like terrible starting lineup decisions. Well, not terrible, just can't pick one right. Can't pick the right week. Chris Hogan got him back in there. He does nothing again. It's my lack of running back depth has rattled me to the point where I'm picking up Mark Walton.
Oh my.
This is the worst 2-week stretch I've had since we've been in web, I believe. Not necessarily scoring, I don't know. It probably is. But just from a complete morale standpoint. This is just brutal. I went so week 2 I did not have a touchdown from a non-quarterback. So not counting quarterbacks and Gurley, I didn't have an offensive player with a touchdown from all of week 2, all of Sunday of week 3 until Antonio scored his touchdown on Monday night. So this combination of I can't pick a lineup right, underperforming, team might be aging, and I think I'm gonna blow it up.
Hey, you also got a 0 out of your kicker spot this week.
Yeah. Don't even start with that. I got like 4 points out of my kickers this year. This kicker curse is insane.
Let's talk about the kicker curse because it's real.
I don't even know where to start with the kicker curse either.
It's to a level which is almost a little scary.
I was doing stuff last week in the garage that could be considered witchcraft.
Yeah, it must have really affected it because the curse went from the kicker to the entire Vikings.
Yeah, I single-handedly ruined 2 careers in week 2 by just making a remark that I was going to pick up Zane Gonzalez in week 3. He goes on to just implode and get released.
Yeah.
Then Dan's got me trying to use my curse for evil, and I concede so to help the Packers, and lo and behold, Carlson misses a 35-yarder straight on. It's insane. And then I pick up Dan Bailey this weekend. I ruined the entire Vikings.
You did.
What's happening?
It's beautiful. You should keep doing it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Dan Bailey, 0 points. Vikings get destroyed by Josh Allen's Bills.
That was unbelievable.
That's the highlight of my week is Josh Allen.
He's still really tall.
Let's talk about this. You scored 130 this week. Fun fact, you scored 127 last week. How many times in web history has a team scored a no decimal point total back-to-back weeks?
What is
okay, points? Is a point?
That's
okay.
Dude, how often do you see non-decimals, right? And how often does it happen back-to-back weeks from the same team?
This is the 3rd time.
It is the 2nd time.
First time.
It's the 3rd time in web history.
We're on our way back. This is this is the turnaround.
First victory of the week for A. Bragg comes here.
Do you have any sabermetrics that come along with that? Like teams that do this afterwards?
Championship?
I don't have the metrics. I'm sorry.
We didn't even touch on my QB of the future towards ACL this week too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just amazing.
I'm pretty convinced that Frazier is in fact cursed. But okay. So the lack of running back depth is certainly rearing its head.
Okay.
And
yeah. So there's a couple of maybe good things, silver linings would be the word, to come out of this week, and it's that maybe Chris Carson is finally maybe we're gonna get one back that like last week
32 carries.
Last week Penny in the second half starts to finally take control of that backfield and get Like it wasn't great, but he got a little bit of momentum going. So I'm just like, all right, well, we're rolling with Penny this week, and Chris Carson promptly gets 30 fucking carries.
Pete Carroll at the end of that game was like the last game was like, God, Chris Carson was gassed after that one, and then he comes in and has 32 carries the next week. Like, that's unbelievable.
So silver lining, maybe Chris Carson finally is going to lead this backfield thing and get a serviceable starter out of it. Dropping Jordy. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that was.
So I basically think he's dead and he's useless. Like, what am I going to do with Jordy? He's 30 yards a game. Silver lining with that is I probably would have just ended up starting him the rest of the year now after that. And yeah.
So
also, Mike Williams.
Hey,
has he arrived for good? I think he has.
He might have. Antonio Callaway, Scott Baker now.
Yeah. So it's not it's not all bad news in David Wilson land, but after the 180-point start, definitely not where you expected to be 3 weeks into the season, sitting at 1-2, and with the second lowest WIB in Web currently.
Nice. It's been a while since I could really vent about my team.
That was nice.
So rant.
That was hashtag content. Other side of this game was Parker capitalizing on what was a 3 WIB for him this week. 148.4. Still manages to get the win. 2-1 for Parker, averaging 155.7, which is currently 5th in the league. And he moves to, I believe it is 6-1 all time against the other Brock. So he continues to have your number, Frazier.
Please don't ever realign and put Parker in the Pac-5. Don't do it.
We won't.
Is that a topic?
No, stop.
No one has ever brought that up.
No.
Should I make a poll?
Because his record against us is unreal.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, I never want to go to the Big Five. I just get railed by him year after year.
He has a very impressive non-conference record. It's a little bit obscene. Speaking of non-conference records, Brock, wanted to bring this up just more so to kind of rub some salt in your wound a little bit. 29-7 all time in the Pac-5, dominant, 4-time champion, back to back. 18-16 in the Big Five. Hashtag
not terrible.
Not good.
I would have guessed worse.
Oh my gosh.
In your defense, you are one of 5 teams that has a winning record in non-conference games, but yeah, just thought that was interesting.
I don't know if that's a product of just unluckiness or if my team's just become this like perpetual slow starter, and that's when I play those games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, the past 2 years that's been the case, and it didn't matter last year. So, I was
thinking about calling my shots and saying I will win the championship.
Oh God.
I thought it would be a nice, self-fitting thing, but I'm not going
to. Parker. So Parker's 2-1, and he's. What do we think? Is he?
He's got the running back depth thing too. I think it's a broad theme. Henry's been abysmal thus far. He hasn't done much of anything.
Does web reporter Caleb have some inside scoop to drop here on the podcast?
Oh, yeah, I'm hearing that from sources that Parker is lightly shopping David Johnson to owners throughout the league. So
hey, did you say lightly or likely? Those are 2 very different words.
Lightly.
You want to pick better words.
Lightly. Okay, but yeah, he's lightly shopping David Johnson, so it's probably still going to be a decent price, but he's available if you're looking to maybe hit that buy low a little bit here. I don't know. We'll see. Cardinals stink, so
they're real bad.
So you're saying that the insulin pens are out on the David Johnson sweepstakes.
Oh yeah.
You heard it here first.
All right. One team falls out of the race. All right. Okay. So let's move on to let's go to the man of the hour here. Let's go to Tim and Calvin. Bruce, please walk me through the lead up to the 0-2 showdown and what was going through your head.
Well, we had the classic 12:30 Sunday Tim meltdown on Twitter.
I think it was before that. You were sending me texts like the day before that you were gonna cancel your team if they didn't win this week.
If my team lost to Calvin, I was canceling and starting over.
Nothing makes me angrier than when Tim bitches about his team with Zeke, Melvin Gordon, and Odell Beckham on it.
Yeah.
Odell hasn't scored a touchdown.
Ooh. Give him to me then.
Cry me a river.
I tried so hard to end Fitz magic this week and it almost did it.
Hey, why would you ruin such a great thing?
Because last year I started Andy Dalton to get Russell Wilson going, and Andy Dalton scored like 4 points. Russell Wilson scored 35 on my bench.
Okay.
So I was trying it again this year.
I remember that. That was funny.
Fitzpatrick is just trying to win the Rookie of the Year. Why do you have to derail him like that?
You know, man, any man who looks like Conor McGregor in a post-game presser does not deserve to be QB1.
That is an interesting take, but okay.
Interesting take.
It doesn't make any sense.
Because I hate Conor McGregor.
Okay, Tim.
Okay.
So you are 1-2. You are 1-2.
It's good.
Did you just say McCracker?
No, he pronounced it McCrager. Fucking Craig.
It's the ham, guys.
McGregor.
Put the hams down.
Kiss my ass.
Jesus.
He's got Ham's disease. It's getting to his brain.
No.
So, what? Say it.
I don't know. I said I love my team again, and it's fine. I'm gonna win everything, and it's fine. I got Ryan Kerrigan off my team because he doesn't actually play football anymore.
Wait, what?
That's not true. He literally had a sack.
He didn't get a sack.
Well, he basically did. He tackled Bulaga into Rodgers.
He has played 3 full games and recorded 2 tackles.
Well, it's not my problem.
It's not mine anymore either.
So, okay. You are currently the second scoring team in Web at 1-2, with the second highest WIB in Web as well at 6. So, you're 1-2. It's not ideal, but the team is performing well. Is this the year? I want to hear it right now in week 3. Is this the year that you make the playoffs?
It's the fucking year.
All right.
This year is an absolute shit show in the Pac-5. I'm making the playoffs.
All right.
Oh.
So Tim is calling a
And I'm
shot
winning
right
the
now.
division.
Season doesn't start till we play each other, and I start going 29-7 again.
Yeah, just talk to me in week 11, Tim, when you need to go 2-1 to win to get in, and you go, yeah. All right.
You gotta do that,
So
man. Why do you got to do that?
sorry, Calvin was the sneaky team that added Saquon and had some guys coming back, and it's 0-3 for Calvin.
God.
What the hell's going on?
I also want to point out that he is the lowest scoring team in the league, not me.
Correct. It's close, but you are correct.
My stat of the week.
Thank you. Caleb, what do you think of Calvin's team? You look like you're chomping at the bit to say something.
Me?
Yeah, I hear you humming back there.
No. I feel like Kelvin should have won at least one game here. Like his team, was looking so much better at the beginning of the season here, with Aguilar playing well, Drake, and then this week it didn't really work out that well. But I don't know. I still kind of low key like Kelvin's team, and I think it can beat pretty much anyone. But it's just been kind of a tough stretch to start the year, apparently. Even though he's getting huge production out of like Joe Schobert and Kiko Alonso this week, but I don't know, some inconsistencies with these younger guys on his team. I think maybe it'll turn around here at some point.
Yeah, so from a scoring standpoint, he hasn't been. I know I said he was the lowest scoring team in the league, but he's been pretty consistently with 150 week 1, 139 week 2, 143 week 3. Yeah, or 143 week 3. He's been consistent. He is the lowest scoring team in the league because he hasn't really popped off at all yet. But looking at this team, like there's like these running backs are both ranked high. Like James Conner and Barkley is probably one of the better running back duos. So you think that just that tandem alone's got to get him going here a little bit.
Like
Calvin Ridley scoring like 35 on his bench didn't help his cause.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley is for real.
Hashtag good. Yeah.
I think, and I've been saying this literally since the preseason show that I thought Calvin Ridley was the steal of the draft, and I think he's emerging even quicker than people anticipated. So maybe a lineup piece for Calvin moving forward. But
is he better than Julio?
Yes.
I mean, Julio could learn a thing or two from Calvin Ridley. I mean, Ridley's scoring touchdowns left and right.
Yeah, maybe Julio can learn how to catch a ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
He's leaving.
Oh, man. Oh, I forgot the Julio owner was in here. Shit.
Bad radio.
Okay. Calvin, like Brock said, lowest scoring team in Web. Averaging 144.5. That's our current lowest scoring team. So
where does that rank?
Everybody's in the pocket. And we're currently averaging 158 points per game as a league, which is it's 3 weeks in, but it is the highest. It would be the highest point total ever. So we are off to a very high scoring start so far.
Scoring is back.
It is back. Hashtag.
New phone. Who Disley only had 0.4 points.
Yeah.
Rip to the legend.
It was a good 2-game run.
Uncle Will.
Future Hall of Famer right there. This career cut short. The bad news for Calvin, though, is that the Big Five as a whole is looking phenomenal. And he is way behind at this point at 0-3. And I think it's going to be challenging. It's going to be even more challenging once we get out of this Pac-5, Big Five block of games, but we'll see. All right. Speaking of the Big Five, let's talk about the Big Five leader heading into week 3 and the unanimous championship favorite after 2 games getting upset.
Upset alert.
By the Pac-5 leader. Is this Josh's year? Knocking off Parker and Dan in back-to-back games.
He's setting himself up for a big letdown.
Oh no.
We'll just go down in flames. Oh, let's open up his team. Let's do a little analysis here. Means Rebel Alliance. Is this sustainable? So I'm looking at it. I don't see a lot of low numbers in his positional rankings.
Not a big fan starting 2 wide receivers from the same team.
It looks like his defense is what's carrying him so far, based on these quick glance.
It is.
Can we talk about Darius Leonard?
Yes.
Beast.
The current MVP of Web.
Yeah.
Averaging 19 points a game.
Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. Josh had 80 stat correction from last week, bumped him up to 82 from the defense. And I do not have the week 3 defensive offensive splits in, but I can tell you right now that this was probably first glance another 70+ point performance from the defense. So that's been what has carried him to these 2 victories so far. And normally when you see 56 guys scoring 22 and 26, that's not going to be something that you can count on.
66.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Incredible math.
Tim in the analytics department over there.
I do math good, guys.
Yes, you do.
English tough, add good.
So, I know we're kind of thinking, this isn't going to be sustainable for Josh, but back-to-back weeks of 165 plus. He is currently averaging over 160 points a game. Wib the last 2 weeks is 8 and 7. So clearly something's going right on this team right now. And he's got Kelvin, the 0-3 Kelvin team this week in week 4, and then he goes on to Dave, who he has traditionally had the most success against of any potential Web opponent that he faces off with. So 4-1 for Josh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you trying to tell me Josh is gonna be 4-1?
I might be trying to say that.
What is this? 2013?
Yeah, the just so that we're aware here, the last time Josh started with a winning record after 3 weeks was 2014, in which he started 3-1 and then ended up falling off a little bit and finishing 6-8 after his Pac-5 championship 2013. But yeah, so huge win for Josh, and the flip side of a huge win is a huge loss. What happened here? We were saying 182 to average 200 points through 3 games. We were all kind of saying like this probably happened. I mean, 154 is not it's not a bad total, but what happened to Dan this week?
He only scored 1 touchdown out of his skills positions.
That's not a good recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I hate it when that happens.
Couple touchdowns, and then Dan has a great week, and we don't talk about this.
Yeah, so his touchdown regression finally came. He's scoring just a stupid amount of touchdowns the first 2 weeks. It's actually impressive that he only had scored 1 touchdown out of his skill position and still at 154 points, actually.
Correct.
They had a lot of yards.
Yeah. I mean, Pat Mahomes is the current MVP favorite in the NFL, so he's got the QB right now.
Kamara had 20 targets.
God.
15 catches.
Jesus.
Yeah.
32, 31 total touches.
My God. That is insane.
I also think Dan took, if I remember the conversation correctly, and he'll probably correct me and yell at me the moment he gets home and listens to this, I believe he benched AP for Keelan Cole this week.
Ooh.
Would be correct. That would have been a win.
Oh, would it have?
Yeah, AP scored like
4 versus 4. AP with 24 points.
Math checks out. Damn.
Yikes.
Wow, at least I'm not the only one screwing up my team with bad lineup choices.
I saw Keelan Cole in Dan's starting lineup, and I died a little bit inside, and it made me happy that he didn't do the things this week because.
Don't do the things, Keelan.
Can we just be honest and say that is there any worse feeling than dropping a player and seeing Dan pick them up?
No, worst feeling in the world. Nothing.
Because you instantly know that you made a mistake by dropping them.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since that happened to me, though. But yeah, I think it might be.
I still resort to my technique of picking up players that Dan drops.
To be on the other end of this.
It has not worked out for me except for Trey Flowers. That's it.
So maybe you should stop.
Very low hit rate. I refuse to stop. If you can't beat him, join him.
Okay.
So the Dan B League team now?
Yep.
Basically.
The aspirations are very high.
You know, when you try and try again 9 times to beat him and you can't, you kind of have to take a page out of his playbook, I guess.
I beat him once.
So why don't you try and be 1 step ahead of him instead of 1 step behind him?
I can't. He's smarter than I.
You got to pick the players up that he wants to pick up before he picks them up.
That's the thing. He won't tell me who it is.
You have to get inside of his mind.
I'm like, Dan, pick up this week, and then he doesn't tell me.
He's smarter. No more fantasy points to me. I'll get lineup good.
That is posted on the Insulin Pen locker room wall. Players smack it every time they walk out the tunnel.
It's right next to the PED drawer.
Yeah.
Right. So no back-to-back week highs for Dan this week, but we're not panicking. He's 2-1, and he's still got an incredible team. That's what I'm hearing from the boys.
Yeah.
The boys.
Somebody did have a week high this week. Who was that? Oh, that's right. It was the Moneymakers.
Let us guess. Come on.
I hate that guy.
So me and Dave faced off, and the team was a little bit battered heading into Sunday, and I texted Tim and I was like, low key, my lineup is destroyed right now. Starting Gio, I'm starting Geronimo Allen.
That text.
Geronimo Allen.
I heard you text.
Geronimo Allison.
What? Sure.
You texted him. My answer was, "Wow, that's gross." And it looked like an hour and a half later, and he has a 64-yard bomb for a touchdown.
Got everyone on your fucking family-friendly pod. Everyone on your offense had double-digit points besides Keenan Allen. That's insane.
Was this the most ragtag crew to ever score 200 points? Oh wait,
stop.
They did.
Just wait. Just wait until they give TJ Watt another tackle, and there it is.
You got blue balled so hard. I can't even take one away. That's all I want.
Let's bring it down to 198.
That's just that's almost worse than a loss. But so Will Fuller, that was Marvin Jones was questionable, and I just sat him and started Will Fuller, and he had another 100-yard touchdown game. That was mostly like at the end of the game though, so I guess I can just count on Deshaun and Will Fuller to light it up in fourth quarters when they're down.
Yeah.
But so the team is, we're 2-1. Back-to-back wins here, averaging 185 points in the last 2 weeks. The detractors that were saying regression. Well, guess what? My running backs aren't even playing. Now who's regressing?
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Not
regressing.
Well, we have to get to the second half of the sophomore season to find out if there's really a sophomore slump.
True.
That's
if Kareem Hunt will stop scoring touchdowns in week 7 again. And
that's going to be a fun one. Get those next gen stats of hasn't scored a touchdown.
Stats were so next generation I couldn't even handle it.
They were. I must be in the stats guy. Stats.
You guys are a-holes.
Talking about we were grinding our asses off getting those stats.
Crunching numbers for hours.
Like 6. Tim knows.
Tim been through it, just this podcast. It ain't easy.
It's a rough life, man. You have to do math. We all went to Kiel High School. We're not good at math.
True.
Come on, Karen Kruschke taught you well.
No, she didn't. I failed her class. We've been over this.
Well, bye.
Tim, you were the guy who would just finish your fucking test in like 5 minutes every time, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Hey, always go with the first answer. Don't second guess yourself.
Right.
Hey, Fraser, if you would just not second guess yourself, you wouldn't have lineup issues.
No, I think I still would actually.
Wow, that seems like a pretty deep problem then.
I'm sorry for attacking you.
I didn't second. I might have second guessed. No, I feel like I stayed pretty steady to what I wanted to do. I've been balls to the wall with this two tight end thing. That's not working either. So proved you wrong.
Hey, you know who's balls to the wall and all gas, no brakes?
What?
Dave.
Oh God.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Oh, he's right down for a second.
That guy?
What's going on here?
Talking to me.
Who is that?
That's Jesus Christ.
Let me set my hams down here for a second.
Mine as well. Yeah. We're a pro hams podcast now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Dave, do you want to talk about how you got shelled this week, or what are you doing here?
Yeah. My asshole's a little bit sore from this week.
Family-friendly podcast.
We're recovering. That's kind of gone out the window, hasn't it?
No, we haven't swore once yet.
Oh, good.
Right.
Yeah. Tough matchup against the Moneymakers this week. But regardless, still happy with how the boys played. We've been a model of consistency through the first 3 weeks with 156, 145, and 154.5 this week. So I like what I'm seeing from the face of the franchise, Christian McCaffrey, 184 yards rushing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Big game.
So, but other than that, like what I'm seeing from some guys. We got some good production from receivers that were laughed at in the preseason. John Brown, Quincy Enunwa, to name a few. So,
I laughed at Mohamed Sanu.
He's available. Anybody can pick him up. He scored this week.
That one I'll give.
Yeah, I was gonna say, rightfully so. He's on the wire.
Can we talk about the absolute revitalization of Jordy Nelson's career after he joined the boys?
Pickup of the week. Jordy Nelson, now a member of the boys, goes off.
It feels right. It feels like this was a prophecy that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, once we brought him into our facility, he really understood our game plan and likes some of the things that we're doing with our staff. So he really fits the mold of our brand, our team, and we're excited for him going into it. So
he really fits the mold of the team culturally.
Absolutely.
Very culturally relevant player.
I'm sorry, ethnically. That's the word.
I think like the boys have been consistent to start the year, like you said, and there's a lot of bright spots. Christian McCaffrey, obviously. Adam Thielen is still a monster. Also, Tyler Boyd. Is Tyler Boyd for real?
I thought he was a fucking free agent. I went to go pick him up this week. He's on Dave's team.
Yep, number.
That was the waivers last week.
Yeah, he's a guy that we scouted, and once he was available, we were able to get him on board, and we like what we see from him so far. So
that's really nice.
Yeah. Also, Sony Michel, Bell Cow in New England. So,
what's going on in New England right now?
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Heavily invested in that offense.
He single-handedly ruined the Patriots dynasty.
It's like a goddamn kicker curse.
Please don't ever start any Packers, please. Just give me Blake Martinez before he tears his ACL.
Yeah, I was going to say, start a Packer every week. That's not the problem.
Of course, the 1 week that Court starts Geronimo Allison, he just has to do that.
I was so rattled when it was like nobody was catching anything. It was horrible. Like he had no catches through like the first half almost, and then all of a sudden, bang, bomb city. It was really nice. Well, yeah, thanks for the light challenge this week, and look forward to next season's matchup as always, because I don't think we have I get Frazier twice this year. Hooray.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on, Dave.
Hey, you're welcome. Just want to put in another thing too here. We got a tough matchup this week with a up and coming franchise from Carter. So we're going to give it our best, but not too we're not looking forward to beating the top team in Webb right now. So.
Looking to beat the streak.
Yep.
Can the streak be broken, or will he go 14-0?
The boys are also Pro Hams team. Pro Hams. Boys in the Pens are officially sponsored by Hams.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
Oh,
bye, Dave. Love you.
Heathens.
All right. Okay.
All night to do that.
That's really nice. I'm glad he came on, and I got to talk about how I destroyed him. So What do we have left? We have one game left. We
I
have
have a game left. Fuck Caleb.
Oh, what
So-
is? All right, come on, man.
Yeah, you want to
we're
talk about what
saving
happened?
we're saving the best for last.
How's this the
Because-
best? This is
That was the best? Oh, that was next, because, like, fuck him.
What? What are you talking about? The best team in Web. The best team in Web is Carter at 3-0. We're saving the best for last.
But he's really
Up and
not
coming.
the best team.
No, see, here's where you're wrong, Tim. Because last time I checked, the only thing that matters in Web is record, and you've never had a good enough one.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a championship game.
Well, how'd that work out in
Why'd it work out for
2013?
you?
Doesn't count.
whoa, hey, whoa.
2013 is a con year.
Seemed pretty calm, but what
It was pretty conned.
So,
So, regardless of what the 1 and 2 Tim team says, Carter is 3-0, sitting alone on top of Webb right now. What is maybe a little bit bittersweet for this team is that 2 years ago, his first full season in Webb, he started 3-0, averaging a whopping 177 points per game in that stretch, and then proceeded to lose 5 in a row and finish the year 6-8. There have been 5, I think 6 now teams that have started 3-0, and the only one that did not make the playoffs was the 2016 Carter team. So, is history going to repeat itself, or do we have the sleeper of 2018 emerging in Carter?
No.
I believe. What?
He leads the points scored against by almost 33 points.
By almost math.
I had to do math in my head. That's not going to keep up. He's gonna
that's
lose.
what I'm gonna do every time I have to add
you know,
something.
you know what will keep up?
What's that?
Grit.
Does he have any
Not wrong.
Peskiness.
on his team?
He's pesky.
Can't measure that.
Okay.
What do you think, Brock?
Well, I'm going to say this is a strong, up-and-coming team that is here to stay.
Love it. I'm here for it. I want it. I want to see it. And I'm recalled back to 2017, in which a certain team, a certain podcast member and reporter was 4-2, averaging 124.6 points per game. And all the detractors came on and said, this is not going to continue. There's no way. But he can keep winning at this pace.
Him doing that started a movement, though.
That team made the playoffs. That team had 9 wins. And Carter's team, through the first 3 weeks of this season, is currently averaging almost 30 points more per game than that team was through its first 3 games of the season. I believe in this team.
Going off of that, on the other side of this game, Caleb went down to 117 points. So I'm honestly surprised he didn't win.
117. Was that a week low this week?
I
think
believe
it was, Mingo.
Right, it was. Wow. Caleb, right after I gave a whole speech last week on how your team was finally arriving and scoring 160 points per game, what did you do? You came out and you laid a fucking egg.
This is
Family
what
friendly.
Immediately
this is
left
what
the
people
building.
get when they start Latavius Murray.
Oh God.
That's a tainted player. He was on the Batmans.
I
Yeah,
love Latavius.
released him.
I don't know. Things didn't go well this week. Kirk Cousins, the Vikings didn't do good. Crowell, it was such a great start. Crowell had touchdowns. I was feeling good. And then nobody else did anything. Evan Ingram is out 4 to 6 weeks now, so that another tight end down. So
I got
no
four
idea what I'm
one.
gonna do there. Dory left with a concussion, so I guess we'll see how that plays out. We're playing hurt.
Ooh, is Janu Smith your next man up?
Yeah, I came into the season Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram, and I was like, you know what? I might be able to flex one of these and just ride it out. And now they're both dead. So
the waiver wire is freezing cold for tight ends.
I know.
In case you haven't looked yet.
Yeah, I have. So
hey, Caleb, I might have 4 of them on my roster. You can have one back for a 2nd-round pick that you traded me for a 3rd-round pick.
I don't like that.
Math doesn't check out.
But yeah, I guess we'll see. One bright spot, my guy Kerryon Johnson looked really good. So I'm hopeful that maybe he'll hop in the starting lineup. We get Joe Mixon back at some point here, hopefully. I don't know. Just a rough week. Michael Thomas is on pace to have the greatest season ever, so it's always good to hang my hat on.
Yeah. Kind of a typical just down week. Didn't see it from guys, but at the same time, Aaron Jones is back, so Jamal Williams' tenure is over.
Yeah, not great. So I don't know. Hopefully Mosley and Kirksey are healthy this week, so I can get some linebacker production. I don't know.
Oh my God! It's bleak when you talk about how his running backs are rough, and he turns that into hopefully my linebackers.
Yeah, it's been last week was a real tough one.
Yeah,
we're not sure how to take it.
You seem like you took it better than me.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You actually seem like you might be legitimately depressed. You're not really
He's got that fake kind of confidence on him right now, where it's even worse. You kind of think he might actually be depressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Who do I play next week? Maybe I can bounce back.
You have me coming up next week, buddy.
For the love of Christ. All right.
So speaking of week 4, that's it for week 3.
I think we might get a new guest member in a couple seconds here.
Oh, God.
I might as well just have the whole frickin' league on this episode, I guess. Jesus. Is this another fucking Hams sponsor or what?
One of those.
I don't know. Dan just came home, so I'm sure he's going to poke his head in here.
Right. Okay. Week 4 games. Since we already just mentioned it, we got Mingo and Caleb. We got a week high and a week low from week 3 matching up here. Does Caleb bounce back, or Moneymakers going 3-1?
That's Moneymakers. You're sad. You're so sad.
I didn't realize how bad it was until you guys started talking about it. I was just having a fun old day playing FIFA.
We ruined his life. We ruined his life.
Who is your tight end going to be?
I don't know. It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Because you don't even know.
Something tells me as soon as this podcast is over, he's going to be sending some texts.
I don't even want to text people.
I just want to go lay in bed.
Oh my God, I'm worried about him.
I've been on the low. I've been taking my time.
I feel like I'm out of my mind.
Are you gonna follow your rule and pick yourself, or are you gonna do the smart thing and pick me?
I don't think I can pick myself when I don't know who I'm starting at tight end, and I don't know who I'm starting at defensive line because
You can probably start Eric Ebron this week.
Okay, we can talk.
You can start Gronk.
I don't want Ebron back. God damn it! Why is this happening?
It's okay.
Why is Tim texting me? Oh my God.
I'm gonna pick myself as well. All right. Next up, we got Parker, 2-1, Big 5 powerhouse, facing off with 1-2 Tim, coming off his first win of the season. Big clash here. Is Tim gonna be 1-3? That'd be a rough one.
I believe
So normally I would say Pac 5 pride, but not with Tim.
Come on, Frazier, I support you.
No, you don't.
one time.
What the hell are you talking
I
about?
always pick on you, but I want you to win.
No.
Yeah.
All right. So far this season, Tim would have beaten Parker 2 out of 3 times.
Who's Parker going to play quarterback?
I'm picking Parker.
Parker doesn't have a quarterback on his roster besides Jameis Winston this week. Cam Newton's on bye.
He's gonna pick up Derek Carr, and he's gonna have 4 touchdowns.
What if I drop my entire team and pick up all the quarterbacks so he can't start a quarterback, and then
you won't.
Controversy.
we make him lose a draft pick.
Oh no.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Let's do it.
It would be pretty. That'd be the most elaborate scheme ever. They'd have like a fucking 30 for 30 on it, or like a like 10-part investigative series on Netflix.
What if I told you that building your roster was less important than getting Parker to lose a draft pick?
That's it right there.
That's rolls right off the tongue. It rolls right off the tongue.
Oh, I can't wait to do it.
Oh my god. I'm okay. Well, I said Parker. I heard a Parker from Frage.
Tim.
We got a Tim.
Thank you, Caleb, for being smart.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm picking Math Tim.
Statistician Tim.
I'm like Kevin Malone.
You're an idiot. So yes, you are. Next up, Carter and Dave, 3-0 versus the boys, looking to end the streak.
4-0.
4-0.
Nothing I want more than for Carter to join me in the famed undefeated land.
Don't tell Dave I picked Carter.
I'm gonna pick Carter as well.
I am going to go with Dave.
Fuck Caleb.
I want it to be unanimous.
Just for some context, if Carter did in fact go 4-0, he would join the ranks of 4 other teams, all of which went on to win their conference.
Ooh.
So that, I mean, 4-0, that would be a big deal, even given the circumstances.
I want him to go 4-0 and have an epic collapse, like just something to giggle about.
All right.
Yeah, that's mean.
You're
mean.
I'm not nice.
Oh, Christ. Kelvin and Josh. So Josh, the current Pac-5 leader, against the 0-3 Kelvin team.
Kelvin's gonna get one here.
I will not get off the Josh Carter train until it crashes. Picking Josh.
I desperately want to pick Josh, but I don't think Darius Leonard is going to score 25 points again, and I just don't think he can win without that. So I'm going to pick Kelvin.
What if he does, though? What if Darius Leonard averages 20 points a game this year and Josh wins the ship?
If Darius Leonard is the first 400-point defensive player in fantasy football history, then I will say Josh to the title.
I picked Kelvin.
Jesus.
Wow. No respect.
Josh is, his team just, the starting 2 Detroit Tiger wide receivers just is a recipe for, at some point, one of them to score 0 points.
Oh, the Detroit Tigers, Tim?
Oh my God.
God damn it.
This is why you can't make the playoffs. You don't even know what fucking teams are. You're trying to start Maglio Ordonez at linebacker, and he doesn't even play the sport.
God damn it. I was more of a Carlos Guillen kind of guy.
Right.
Round in Carlos Quentin. Wait, that's White Sox.
Come on, guys.
I just thought of it.
This is a bad luck.
Well, we're rounding out the week. We're rounding out the block, the Pac-5 Big 5 block, with a showdown that has become immortalized through many playoff matchups and many accolades. We have a Frazier and Dan game.
Oh,
and it's coming at the worst possible time for Frazier.
Yeah.
Can he right the ship, though?
I mean, this one. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. It's Dan all the way. You look at the.
I'm actually
look at the
projected
kicker
to
position.
win.
Look at the kicker position. Dan has the number 1 kicker in Robbie Gold, averaging 10 a game, and then there's Dan Bailey, who's 35, averaging
kicker. There's not even 35 teams.
Exactly. You've got the number 35 kicker in the league. I mean, that alone right there.
Well, if Robbie Gold is averaging 10 points a game, that's automatically 10 points that Dan's going to have on Brock.
Yeah, he's basically got like a handicap.
Yeah, I won't get points out of a kicker.
It's like kickers, you would never trade for one, and that's because most people can get like 7 points out of their kicker, but I might be forced to trade for one.
Now, how much it would have stunk if you actually traded for Greg Zuerlein? And then
my goodness.
it would have been so real.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
All right. I heard Dan all the way. I heard another Dan, I think.
Yep. Zero support from the Pac-5, so I'm going to go with Dan.
I'm also going to go with Dan.
Wow.
You know how hard it was for me to pick Dan to win? That's how much I dislike Frazier.
I'm too. I like you.
I want to pick myself. I'm also would like to point out that I am favored to win at the moment based on ESPN's projections.
The line is at
okay, and I'm favored to beat Parker by like 40, and you guys all picked him.
Parker doesn't have his lineup though. He doesn't have a quarterback in, Tim, you dummy.
Okay, so I'm favored to beat him by 20 then.
You stupid idiot.
Yeah, I can't bet on that. I'm going to bet on Dan to cover and win this game. So I'll slap some money down on that one.
When we start a gambling ring for web games?
Sure.
Need it.
All right. That's week 4. And to close out this week's show, we're bringing back Q&A. And it's free of Caleb's BS.
Ah, jeez, I really missed that.
That's the good one.
My favorite part of each Q&A, actually.
See, it was good until Tim. Was it Tim ruined it? Who ruined it?
If something was ruined, it was almost.
Yeah. It was 100% me. But hey, I asked a good question this week. You can't make fun of me.
Okay, well let's get to that. So Tim's question this week was, where is it? I'm seeing Calvin and I'm seeing Carter. I think you conned me.
I did a question.
Yeah. No, yeah. There we go. Oh, okay. Now I see it. All right. Tim's question. Has there ever been a team to finish the season top 4 in scoring, but be under or at 500, which is suspiciously close to Tim's current situation?
Asking for a friend.
And I have not done research, but I am 100% certain that no team in the top 4 has ever finished under 500, and I'm confirming it right now. That it has not happened.
We have so many weird web stats. You don't think that's one of them?
Oh, I'm literally looking right now, and the worst that a team has finished in the top 4 is 8-6.
So you're saying there's a chance it could happen?
Oh, and sorry, 7-7 actually.
There we go.
Judy did that. That's was at 500 in the question. Okay, that was 2014 though, so that was a very weird year, and he still made the playoffs. So you're fine.
7-7. That's wild. Webb has come a long way.
2014 was one of the weirdest things of all time. Okay, Frazier's question. Why am I sad? And why is life meaningless?
Well, is anyone going to answer?
Frazier is sad because team go bye-bye. And lineup bad. Lineup decision bad.
And the second part?
And life is... I mean, this is why I drink. I can't answer.
Frazier, life isn't meaningless. You're getting married in a week and a half.
Oh, you're right.
Life is full of meaning.
Wait, I am getting married. Webb isn't the only thing.
Okay, but for real, Webb is the only thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Like,
don't tell Kate that.
don't let Kate listen to the podcast.
Oh, I can't wait to cut this up and tweet it out.
Oh no.
Scandal.
To be fair, I have not said a word.
That's true. We did put all of the words in his mouth.
Oh, I heard direct quotes from him. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm Frazier, and Webb's the only thing that matters. Oh, Frazier!
Oh.
He said it.
Yikes!
Jeez, that's a bad look.
Horrible look.
Timestamp it.
All right, we got 2 more questions, and they're on the same scope. We have Kelvin asking, "Will he win a game this season?"
Ooh.
Which I believe is a sarcastic question, but will he?
4 of them.
4. We got a 4. Okay.
I'm at a 4. 3, 4. Yeah, that sounds about right.
3.5. Take the over.
Ooh, yeah. What are we putting at? 3.5.
Over.
I'd take the over.
Take the over.
I picked him to win 6, 7 games this year. I might take the under on 3.5.
Ooh. All right.
Big 5 is looking good this season, and I don't know if we can keep up.
That's true.
But
yes, he is the best running backs in the league.
Yeah, but how long? Is Le'Veon getting traded?
He's gone. Le'Veon is retiring. Breaking news. For Schefter.
Oh wow, that's real.
Yeah, Caleb, it's real, isn't it?
All right. Other side, Carter asks, "Will I lose a game this season?"
Jeez.
Yes. 10.
I think it's more probable that, or it's more likely that Carter would not lose a game than Kelvin would not win a game.
Carter, people didn't think I was going to lose or people didn't think I forgot how to word it.
Okay.
Try it again.
I took a bunch
we
of
can
notes.
cut that out.
Guys, I'm signing off because I gotta go potty. I love you.
Oh my god.
my
God.
There's like
I
2
always
minutes
power through.
left. That is the softest.
We're literally about to wrap up.
I've
Literally,
been waiting for like 15 minutes.
Complete
man.
microcosm
Oh.
of his team. Just cannot finish down the stretch.
Wow, sign off, sir. Sir, resign, sir. Sir, resign, sir.
Bang.
Oh, God. Well, at least it smells a lot better in here now.
Oh, aftershock.
Oh no. Oh no, stop it. He's already dead.
Oh no. Sir, stop. Jesus.
Oh,
Where did that come from? That was
What a-
electric.
what a bastard. So, yeah. All right. Carter's probably going to lose the game. That's what we're going with. But
Yeah.
not going to pull a 2014 Brock.
Let me try again. People didn't think I would go undefeated, Carter. Believe in yourself, and wins will come.
It's true. Brock won a game where he scored 116 points that season.
Yeah. Thanks, Luke.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's about it for me, I think. Tim's
Same.
dead. Tim is rip. We're moving on.
You just, all our listeners just listened to a murder. That was a murder. He's gone. He hasn't said a word since.
Yep.
I might not be there for my game this week. I might be in prison. But
God. Well,
all right. Well, moving on. Last week of interconference block, always a fun time. We got some big games this week. Actually, low key. Parker, Tim, Frage, Dan, me, and Caleb.
Ooh.
Got some good ones this week. But all right, guys. Well, with that, let's make it a great week 4.
See ya.
signing off for now.